What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. With me is Super Gibby. And
Yo.
today, y'all, we welcome Dominic from Illinois band Good Hangs. Dom, welcome to the
Wow.
show.
The full name, Dominic. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Good to be here.
So, this isn't even something I've written down, and I'm sure you've never fucking heard anything like this before. But is the band, would you say the band is like fucking family? Is it like family to you?
My band?
Yeah.
Dude.
Are they your
Well,
family?
they didn't want to be here with me, so I'm just kidding.
No.
You never
So
give up. You never give up on family.
No, you never give up on family. No, yeah, for sure. I mean, well, one of them is literally family. The guitarist of the band is my brother Anthony.
Well, and
well,
they also, just so you know, from those movies, they also say you don't you choose your family. So
yeah. I gotta tell you, it's been a minute since I've seen a single Fast and Furious movie. It's been a long
uh
time, but classic,
let me
iconic.
tell you. Let me tell you. I fucking love them. All right? I love them. They add so much joy into my life because there's nothing better than a good old I anytime I ever talk to anybody about those, like when they come out or something and they're like, you gonna fucking see that movie? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna see it. Um the Fast and Furious movies is legitimately just like when they're writing it, when they're filming it, all of the action sequences are literally just what a kid does when playing with toys. Those movies are just kids playing with toys because anything can happen, everything is possible.
That is so true. That's actually
And
so true.
and that's what I love about it because it's not realistic. It's absolutely insane. But that's
Yeah.
what's so fun about it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's like the Die Hard movies after the first Die Hard, right?
Yeah.
true.
Happen.
The
Throwing
only
a
thing I
miter
could
a
think
motorcycle
of,
in a helicopter.
the only thing I could think of from the Fast and Furious movies is The Rock giving his finisher to Jason Statham.
Dude, let's talk about the best Rock moment, right? It's not even it's in the fucking side movie with him and Jason Statham when he fucking pulls a fucking helicopter down to the car with the fucking just wraps a chain around it and fucking pulls it down.
I remember
Dude,
seeing that in the trailer. Yeah.
just cinema
Iconic.
perfection.
There's probably like one of those movies every year. There's like a new Fast and Furious movie every year.
It's been
Oh,
about 2 years, I think, since the last one, and I'm my heart's having palpitations just waiting.
yeah, that's surprising. What would you say is your favorite one?
Um, well, I think it's the fifth, sixth one, which I don't remember which one. I don't remember which one. It's the one that uh Brian dude died during the filming of it. Like
Oh,
it's just a great movie. And
yeah.
the whole ending just brings you tears, man. It was a
Paul
great
Paul Walker, right? Paul
Paul
Walker.
Walker. That's right. Paul
Then
Walker.
you got the famous CGI Paul Walker
Hmm.
scene where he looks crazy uncanny.
Yeah, well, and it's his brother,
Oh, that's
who
Fast 7.
it was
That Fast
seven,
Seven?
not six. Okay, Fast
Mm.
Seven. Fast Seven, I think is a great one. But speaking of family, speaking of Fast and Furious, Good Hangs, right? Y'all released your latest
Dang.
single. If I ate mold, do you think I'd notice on June 28th? Uh, how's the response been for it?
Yeah, it's been great. People love it, man. That title is so
That's
funny.
such a great title.
It's a great
Uh,
title.
yeah, we've been noticing that the songs with hilarious, like long titles tend to do a lot better than the
Yeah,
ones that don't. It could be coincidence, but
I don't
uh,
think so. People miss those Fall Out Boy titles.
yeah, exactly. It's the Fall Out Boy vibe.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's doing very well. probably something like 1,000 to 1,500 plays a day, which is like mind blowing, and we're over the moon about that.
That's
Um,
crazy.
it's been doing great, and we got a new single coming out Friday.
Oh
I don't know
boy.
what
Ooh.
airing this will be out not, but
Does that title reference mold as well?
it doesn't, but it
Oh,
does reference something fun.
okay.
There's sort of a MySpace deep cut title.
Oh.
Is it
Uh,
ASL? Is that
it's
just
not
it?
ASL.
ASL?
ASL. Holy shit, I forgot about ASL.
It's gonna be called PC for PC.
Oh
Okay.
my
Sure.
god. I felt triggered for a second. I was like,
Right,
where's my
right.
photo now?
Classic. Picture comment for picture comment.
Dude, what a good one.
The
That's
early days of social media, the golden days.
that's a deep dive right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're excited about this one. It's gonna be good.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to check it out. I'm excited for New Music Friday now.
Yeah,
I wasn't before. I didn't care at all.
really.
Now, now I care.
Amazing. Very
Oh
flattering.
man.
Thank you.
So you guys have been consistently releasing music basically every month or two since 2022. How do you guys battle like writer's block with such a demanding schedule?
Mm, that's a good question. Well, it is tough because, all of us, we all have like full-time jobs and families, and we this takes up a lot of time.
hmm
But man, honestly, I'll tell you, we'd probably be pumping out a lot more if we had more time.
Yeah.
Um, our singer Stein is an absolute just lyric writing and melody writing machine. Like he will pump stuff out probably once, twice, three times a day. He'll just send me and Anthony things that he's working on. And what tends to end up happening is just one of those will stick out as being like, okay, this is some like really good shit right here. We can make this into a full song. Uh, and we'll kind of just brainstorm together. It's mostly Anthony just producing all of it. We'll have some back and forth, uh, sending lyrics back and forth and fleshing it all out. Um, we've actually figured out a good system where we all live in different places. Like I live in Chicago, like in the city. Uh, Anthony lives in the suburbs, like probably a 45-minute drive from me. And then Stein actually lives in Kenosha. So he's
Okay.
like
Oh, so that's
different
like
state.
That's a
what
hike.
like it's like a 5 hour drive? No,
No,
Kenosha
it's
is
less
like
than you think. Like for Stein to get to Anthony's house, it's probably like less than an hour, but still like
okay, yeah. Kenosha's closer to the
yeah.
No,
border. I
Kenosha's
was
closer
thinking
to the
Kenosha
border.
was like more north.
No,
it'd be 5 hours if you're trying to go into the city, but
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, but
yeah. Like
not to the suburbs.
Kenosha to Chicago is pretty far. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we have figured out uh a good way to basically record and produce everything over Zoom. Like we
Okay.
all have our like home studios and like quote unquote studios. Like this is just my bedroom. I put some sound panels up. But we all hop on a Zoom together and that's how we like track Stein's vocals. Like he'll just be in his place in Kenosha. And
hmm
yeah, and that's how I record my harmonies and obviously all the instruments and stuff, those just get done separately. Um, but yeah, it's been good. The last song was done completely remotely from each other.
So do you guys get together like for practicing at all, or do you kind of just like for shows and stuff, you're like, you
Yeah,
fucking have your shit down, brother. Don't
that
fuck
is
me.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, we basically only practice really when we have a show coming up.
hmm
Um like right now we have nothing in the pipeline for live shows. We just played a show at Cobra Lounge in Chicago. It was very
Wow.
fun. Uh
Cobra Lounge is awesome.
Cobra Lounge was great. We sold it out. It was very exciting. We were the headliner.
Oh
And
yeah.
so that was kind of our only show that we had lined up. Um so we were practicing a ton. We all had to kind of drive out and meet up with each other.
Right.
Um, the other two band members, Matt and Jack, they're in the suburbs too. Uh, but yeah, we all get together for that. And we do say we do set a standard of this is not a band practice, it's a band rehearsal. It's a
Right. Hmm.
know your parts before we meet up. We're not learning them beforehand. We are learning them beforehand. We're not going to learn them at the practice, you know.
Right.
So it goes pretty
That
well.
that's a way to do it. I mean,
Yeah,
if you all are professional and stuff, you know, it's knowing your shit before you get there. If you guys want to jam and like hash out something new, yeah, that's new is cool. But
absolutely.
it should like old songs that you've recorded shouldn't be fucking new. You should be ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I definitely agree with that. Especially I got that way the older I got too. You
Hmm.
know, like I don't have time for this, man. I don't have 5 hours of practice. We're running through the fucking set and I want to go.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You guys are in bands or?
I
Um,
mean, have been. I'm I'm retired per se.
my old band's getting back together for like a big reunion show next year.
Nice.
Feel it feels weird. I'm like, cool. It's gonna be fun. I don't know any of the newer stuff y'all put out after me.
Mm, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still like a part of my bands, but we won't really do anything anymore. Like
Mm,
we're all older and have like, you know, I do unsigned pop punk and that takes up most of my time.
for sure.
So, you know, writing songs on top of that, it's a lot of time.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely. So, with that and talking about songs, what would you say, is your favorite song in your short tenure but extensive catalog?
Mm. Favorite good hang song?
Yeah. Your favorite. So what song means most to you?
Shoot, man. I mean, not to be basic, but I only do push-ups when I'm drunk. The big one. That was uh that was a very special one to us. Like I don't know if you guys know this, but we had a first album that's not on Spotify anymore. It was called The Things We Think About, and it was a bunch of songs that were we hadn't really figured out exactly what we wanted to be as a band, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
Um, so it's kind of all over the place. There was like a bunch of different genres throughout the entire album.
sure.
And we we had this song called Drinking Lonely, and it was a very, very different version of I Only Do Push-Ups When I'm Drunk. So there's a lot of like the same kind of core ideas were there, but it was just a very different vibe.
Hmm.
So it's a song that we took from that old album and like reworked and sort of just like amplified it and gave it a better voice, I guess, you know. And me, Anthony, and Stein were working on it together, and we like wrote this new chorus, and it just felt really good when we wrote it, and we were super excited about it. And that was the song that the Spotify algorithm kind of just popped the hell off and got us a whole bunch of listeners and new friends, you know.
The Spotify gods blessed you.
Dude, yeah. I mean, it was a combination of, you know, just a lot of luck, I think,
Yeah,
and just making TikToks and Instagram reels, you know, try to get the traction going a little bit. Uh,
absolutely. And all that shit's super important.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the go-to. That's the song we close with every time we play a show, and everyone knows all the words, and it's the thing that, you know, it brought us all together, you know.
Those are the things that being in a like dreams are made of for being in a band, you know,
Yeah,
people
right. Yeah.
singing your songs back to you.
Yeah, it was just this thing where it felt so right when we wrote it, and then we put it out, did super well, and we're loving it.
It's
Hell yeah.
funny that you mentioned like the Spotify algorithm. Every time I think of like the Spotify algorithm, I think of my friend's band. They put out a song called God is an Algorithm, and I'm fighting for attention with a million strangers on the internet.
It's a great title. Yeah, very true.
It
History
is
of
probably
that.
one of the truest things. And speaking of algorithms and fighting with a million people, when it comes to social media and it being one of the banes of our existence, but also the most important tool in regards of promoting yourself, what platform do you feel you find the most success in?
Shoot, man. I mean, I think it depends on like what you're how you're defining success, you know?
Right.
Like as far as keeping fans engaged with like what we're doing, definitely I would say Instagram.
Mhm.
You know, people are like the follow button actually matters on Instagram as
Absolutely.
opposed to as opposed to TikTok where, you know, people spend 100% of their time on the For You page.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you post one TikTok that gets like sure it's great for like getting your name out there if something pops off and you have like a million views on something, you know, that's like a million people who are seeing you, but then they're just gonna keep just staying on their For You page and your next TikTok might have like 100 views, you know, and
Yeah.
like all those people are not seeing what you're putting out. Um, so I mean, I would say like in the very early days of Good Hangs, TikTok was more of a help of just like getting the name out there, getting
Right.
eyes on us. I posted this one TikTok uh, where it kind of popped off. It had like 750,000 views.
I mean,
Um,
that's good. That's popping off. I
That is
I would
that's
popping
good.
say
off.
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty
mean,
fucking cool.
in the scheme of TikTok, it's very fucking cool.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I would consider like a million would be like, okay, cool, it popped off. Like
Oh man.
750,000 is like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy, but like not quite a million, you know? Because it like
Fair.
the saturate, it's so saturated with TikTok's hit a million views so easily. It's crazy. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I've totally
totally.
no,
Yeah.
happens to
for
me
like nothing
happens to me
content.
all the time. All the time.
Yep. Get million views every TikTok I post. Yep.
Well, I'm just saying, if you scroll through the For You page, you're getting endless amounts of
Because
millions of views
that's the
TikTok.
only thing they post. Like that's the only thing they're really sharing are the like those
Yeah,
magical.
and then randomly you'll get like a 10 view one, and you're like, "What is this?" And it'll be like
Yeah, and you're
someone.
like, fuck this shit. We're the ones being making everything bad. Yes, I know. I agree.
So, anyways, we had the one pop off, and it had like nothing to do with our actual band or music or anything like that.
That's the way that works every
Yep.
time.
Every
Yeah, and
time.
it was the I just what was it? It was like the 20-year anniversary of Tell All Your Friends,
Hmm.
and I posted this TikTok that said the caption was let's confuse not or what was it? Let's confuse people who don't listen to emo music. And then I just did an impression of that first inhale from Make Damn Sure.
Oh,
I was kind of just like I was like
yeah.
and then the comments just went crazy because it was just the perfect timing with the 20-year anniversary of Tell All Your Friends, and everyone was like, I get it, you know, and like they were posting the lyrics and everything like that. And so like I took that opportunity to respond to like thousands of comments,
Yeah.
just putting that work in of being like, hey, by the way, if you like Taking Back Sunday, you're probably gonna like my band. Like
Yeah.
just nonstop
Smart.
comment replying to try to get people's eyes on it. So it's like trying to get that ball rolling, you know.
Yeah.
That's really what's gonna help with the Spotify algorithm, I think is you know, utilizing other ways to try to get the ball rolling, you know.
Totally.
You want to know my favorite way to promote Spotify?
Yeah.
I will go on my phone, pull up my band Spotify page, airdrop it to every single iPhone at a show.
There you go.
There you go.
I was doing that
Nice.
in 2015, 2016, 2017, every year. Because every big show I go to, I'm like, well, if everyone likes
But
this, if everyone's here, they obviously enjoy this music.
Yeah.
Airdrop. I would literally just pull it up, start the airdrop button, see all of them to start send.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
genius. Genius.
I love I love an like a unprompted airdrop share from a stranger. I always love
Absolutely.
it. It's usually something
Absolutely.
funny.
totally. Now, talking about like social media and like little, you know, making sure you're doing stuff on it. Will you ever bring back the Get Roasted or Get Posted series? And will it be for Unsigned Pop Punk instead now? Because I saw that and I'm like, oh my God, I love this so much. And I was like, I should see if he
Thank you.
wants to be on the team.
I mean, maybe at this point, maybe. I like tried bringing it back recently-ish for a little bit. Um, there's a lot of reasons why I've kind of given up. Like, first of all, that's very not me as a person. It's very hard for me to write those scripts because I don't roast anyone as a
Yeah.
person. I liked the idea and I was like, I could fake it. I'm like, I can read from a script and look at a camera. But I got to this point where I was like, because I did like so many of them, and they took a lot of effort, like a lot of editing and script writing and tweaking and uh
Yeah, because it's like you gotta roast them, but you can't be like mean. You can't be too
that's the
mean.
thing. There's
It's
that
like,
fine line you got to walk to where I'm like, I don't want to just be a dick. Like you have to be kind of funny with it, and like, I don't, and like the so the funny thing is I got like thousands of bands
oh, I'm
asking me
sure.
to be roasted,
Yeah, I
and I
know. I
would
can imagine.
some of these bands that I would listen to, they would have like 5 monthly listeners on Spotify, like 10 followers on Instagram, and the music was just awful. And like I'd hear it and be like, I can't roast this. Like it's actually bad,
Yeah,
Like like I can really only roast the ones that are actually good. Um Now obviously I'm not going to name any bands, but
right. Well,
but like the good ones that did come, the ones that I did get requested that were good, it was like awesome. Like I was like, oh, perfect. But
and
it just felt
it's
like it was a lot of like letting people down, kind of,
right.
like I do want to help you, I do want to roast your music, but like it's
I
Well,
roasted, it's true.
and that's the thing is like, there's a fine line, like with Unsigned Pop Punk, we give everybody an opportunity, like for our playlists and stuff like that, regardless of
yeah,
like numbers and stuff. But that's different. You know what I mean? Like something like this where you're like you want me to be openly mean, like, and this is supposed to be funny, but like if I don't think your music is good, I can't, like, now I'm just being mean, and
yeah,
so
exactly.
it's tough. We have that sometimes with like our reaction stuff, like where we have a reaction video every single day, and we make it a point to like be super positive for
Hmm.
like just everything we do because we want to uplift people.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if we're going to be negative, I mean, we'll be negative to like MGK or somebody that's gigantic that doesn't fucking need us, you know?
That's
It
the thing. Yeah, you don't want to be punching down,
Yeah. It's like,
Um,
so I totally get that. And it would be really tough, to be like, yeah, I can't. I can't do that.
that's the thing. And like and I wanna like help these bands, like with the playlist that I made that I plug at the end of all of them, that I put all the music on the playlist.
Hmm.
It's like got 5,000 followers on it, and I'm like, dude, it'd be sick to be on the playlist, but also like I just don't
Not
think
like
the song
this.
is that good, and like yeah, it's like that's the thing is I like it's funny and everything, but like it's so negative, like
Right.
it's so negative. It just clashes so much with like who I am.
Yeah.
But
No, for sure.
it got hard to write it at one point. I was kind of just, it was like one day I was trying to write a script and I was just like, I feel like I've made all these jokes so many times, and like it's just, I don't know, just became such a chore, I guess.
And at the point you were at, it was just going to be like listening to it and then like a zoom into your face and be like, "Hey, fuck you." and then it was over, which would be a great one, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Just pop the headphones on and just be like, your band sucks, and then just have it end. Yeah.
Hey, fuck you.
I can see.
Yeah.
I am shocked that you guys have succeeded this well with 5 monthly listeners. This shit sucks.
Oh,
The fun thing is that it kind of carries over to Good Hangs a little bit. Like we played that show and this dude in the crowd was just roasting the shit out of me because he had watched the series. And I was like, it like took a second for it to register. And I was like, what is this guy's deal? He's in the front row of my band. And like, I put two and two together and I was just like, and he was like, you know, I love it.
and
I love it.
but little did you know he actually just didn't like you, and you were like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, fuck you, yeah, fuck you.
Best reaction either way, honestly.
Yeah,
Just
worth
big
it either
okay
way.
sign. Yeah.
Either way.
Man, I'll never forget one time I was just driving somewhere. I hit a red light. I had my windows down because it was nice out, and the car next to me was listening to my band. So I was like, "Hey, hey!" Trying to get this guy's attention,
That's so cool.
and he was like, "What's up?" I was like, "Fuck that band." He was like, "Fuck you, buddy," and drove off.
Fuck you.
And I was like, "Little does he know."
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Gibby's social cues, man. On
This was
on
some random
par with
person.
that one.
Yeah, I've never seen that person before. Just
That's amazing.
so
That's got to be a cool feeling.
that was a cool feeling. And I was gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, fuck that band," and I thought he was gonna recognize me because we're a small band. So I thought he would have been like, "Oh," but he was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
"Fuck you, dude," and just drove off.
I
That's legendary.
at like so after like my last band or like my band I've been doing for a long time, like kind of stopped. Like we had a ton of merch left over. I'm like, well, I'm gonna wear my own merch now because I can. It's at this point, it's cool. It's fine now.
It is. Yeah, we wear
And
our merch at every show we play.
yeah, and so like I have like my favorite sweatshirt, and like there'll be times when I'll be walking around town and I'll have somebody be like come up and be like, "Hey, dude, oh, you fucking like Seas Never Sleep?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're pretty cool." And he's like, "Oh yeah." Well, like one of my like really good friends is in that band. I'm like, "That's awesome." One of my really good friends is in that band too. But I'll never say like I was in it. I'll never say anything. I'm always like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome." Like you know what my favorite song is? Oh man, what's your favorite song? We'll just talk like fans and it'll be
Yeah.
awesome. And then
Yeah.
in hopes that one day, like, or that dude can like goes home and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna check out that band," be like, and then see my fucking face and be like, "Oh shit, that was that guy."
Yeah, that'd be worth it.
Be worth it. I mean, it probably has never happened, but it'd be cool if it did.
For sure, man.
Well, hopefully it's not them seeing you like half like without a shirt on in the Kokomo video. That's not. I hope that's not the
I
first
hope it
video they
is. I
see.
hope it is. I hope it is because you know, I'm in. I was in it to be sexy, baby.
Hell yeah.
That's why they had me shirtless.
What are you sipping on there?
Oh,
Some Arizona hard
Oh,
iced
no
tea.
way.
Yeah, dude.
Arizona's got a oh no way.
Oh, it's pretty
Hell yeah.
good. It's pretty good. I'm almost done with this. This is my second one.
Ooh, that's right up my alley. I love
Dude,
that. I love it. I see.
when it's cold, it's like it just kind of tastes like Arizona iced tea. When it's
Mm,
warmer, it tastes like alcohol.
mm, mm.
I have some
So,
hard Mountain Dews in my mini fridge right now.
Nice.
should have
That I'd probably pass on.
Oh, it's good.
It's
It's fun.
actually good.
I like
Hard
that
Mountain
too.
Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Okay.
stuff.
All right. Well, I'll give it a go.
All right. So reel us back in really quick. We kind of went off on this little trail from
That's what we
"fuck you,
do.
dude" to hard Mountain Dew.
That's what we
Love
do.
it.
So just one last question before we go to a quick break. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you wish you knew when you were first starting your journey, what would it be?
Ooh, I gotta think about that. I would say maybe just don't take things too seriously. I think looking back, like I would get so caught up and frustrated about about the internet traction, the likes and the views and the
The
streams and all
numbers.
that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
numbers, which I think I still am, honestly, in a sense.
Yeah.
But
It's
like,
hard because numbers are so fucking cool,
yeah,
but they
yeah,
suck so much too.
But they're
yeah.
also so important too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's very
Mhm.
true. But I think just in the early stages, just to have fun and try to figure out your voice.
Right. Yeah. 100%. And it's tough because especially when you're first starting out, you have expectations that like you kind of
Hmm.
set for yourself that are like always way too high, like always, you
Yeah.
know, and even like to the point to like a lot of times you're like, okay, I'm releasing a new single. We should be able to hit like 1,000 streams on that, no problem. Well, that's
Yep.
fucking not super easy. Like, believe it
Yep.
or not.
Exactly. Yeah, we wrote that whole first album and we thought it would pop off, we thought it
Hmm.
would go crazy. And we put out that first song, uh, and it took forever to get over 1,000 plays. Just looking at
Yeah.
that on Spotify, the less than 1,000 plays. And
Yeah. And that's hard.
yeah, and when we dropped the album, did terribly.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's all part of the journey. Like those old songs, we took a lot of them and retweaked them, and we re-released them. They did a lot better. So
Yeah.
it's you can go down that road if you want.
Yeah. So, moral of the story is if you suck, you won't suck later.
You don't know, you don't
Yeah,
always have to suck.
there you go. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna say the first step towards being kind of good at something is sucking at something.
Yeah. You got to
Yeah.
start somewhere.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, one of my first popular songs I ever wrote was a fucking dumb shit song called Purple Dogs and Underwear. Okay? It was fucking dumb. And like I thought it was popular because like 50 purple people knew it. Okay? You know, but like it was a shitty song. Obviously, it sounds bad.
Sounds like a
But
gang title.
yeah, there you go. You can have it. Uh,
I get
but our song actually said those words in the song in the chorus.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Goes hard.
I think hold up. Let me actually see if I could pull this from my brain because this was like 20 years ago plus. I think it was like purple dogs and underwear, gone along and I seen you there. Purple dogs and underwear. I gotta go do my hair. That was the chorus. Awful.
It's pretty good, man.
Awful. Horrific. But you all gotta start somewhere, you know?
Absolutely.
And I mean, for those that don't know, I did accomplish things past that.
Yeah.
After
Sure.
I did do something at some point. But yeah, with that bit of advice, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next segment. Today's episode is sponsored by Chattanooga Beard Company. Are you looking for a quality company to help sexify your beard? Turn it up to 11, take it to a whole new level. I have tried lots of other products over the many years it's taken to grow these luscious face locks. And then I tried Chattanooga Beard Company, and I kid you not, it changed my beard's life. Their products are made from quality ingredients like sweet almond oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, beeswax, lanolin, and shea butter. I have at home their shampoo and their conditioner, two different scented beard balms, 1838, which is wood, amber, and grapefruit, and churchwarden, which is pipe tobacco, and wild cherries, and freedom. I also have 2 of their beard oils, clean slate, which is bergamot and lime, and iron forged, which smells like coffee and chocolate, and you just want to eat it. My wife loves the smell of their clean slate oil. It's been a game changer. You don't have to take my word for it, because who am I other than the lovely looking man with this lovely looking beard? Try it for yourself. Just go to www.chattanoogabeard.co and snag any of these products or one of their other many scents and styles. And as a bonus, if you use our code Unsigned Pop Punk at checkout, you're going to get 15% off your order. So if you love your beard, or you love someone with a beard, try out Chattanooga Beard Company. You won't be mad you did. Thank you so much to Dead Trade Company for sponsoring today's episode. Dead Trade Company is an artist-owned and operated clothing brand. Now, like many of the bands that we love, Dead Trade Company was started in a garage with nothing but a dream and a case of cheap beer. The hand-drawn artwork is a nod to their punk rock roots, inspired by the boldness of traditional tattoos and infused with a love for good times and bad jokes. Like the live music they love, the designs are loud and borderline deranged, sure to stand out in a sweaty circle pit. When you buy from them, you support a small business with a passion for creativity and authenticity. All garments are exceptionally well made and manufactured in Canada. They're super comfortable and so durable, they're probably gonna outlast you. And as a small business, just like us at Unsigned Pop Punk, they're free from the influence of boardrooms and shareholders. They make decisions based on their values rather than the demands of outside interests. They take pride in their roots and supporting their local community. By keeping their operations close to home, they're able to ensure that their products are of the highest quality while also contributing to the growth and development of their local economy. This is why all their garments are manufactured and printed right in Canada. Shop their website at deadtrade.ca and use our code UnsignedPopPunk for 10% off. And please make sure to follow them on all social media, the Instagrams, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the TikToks. Can't forget the TikToks. Yeah, at Dead Trade. Thank you so much again to Dead Trade Company for sponsoring this episode. And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around. Now it's time to hop into everybody's, especially Super Gibby's favorite segment, the Food for Thought segment. He's probably okay now because I think he just ate dinner. Yeah. But if not, it would be even better if he didn't and it was just sitting there so we could smell it and just getting more hungry, because this always makes people hungry. Because food's fun. Food's cool, man. Right, Dom? Dude, food's cool.
There's nothing better than food.
It's cool. Okay. So we'll start out, obviously, Chicago, right? So you're from Chicago. You got 2 foods you're famous for. Everybody knows this. Chicago-style pizza and dogs. But I discovered something called the Chicago-style popcorn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. What the fuck is it? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're talking like Nuts on Clark or Garrett's popcorn. It's the caramel corn mixed with the cheesy popcorn. Oh. Caramel popcorn with cheese popcorn. It's great.
That's it?
Yeah. Well, it's these 2 flavors that you would think really don't go well together, and you try it and you're like, oh, this actually goes really well together.
Yeah, it's super great.
Garrett's popcorn is amazing. Me and Anthony Our dad used to take us there all the time whenever we went to the city.
I was gonna say that's like downtown, right?
Yeah, yeah. I know that they within the last like 10 years or so they opened one up in Schaumburg, but
I like Schaumburg.
yeah, but besides that, it was city. Yeah.
So I mean I've done that with, every Christmas, you get those giant tins that's
Hmm.
got the caramel, cheddar, and regular. You just take the cardboard out and shake it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's a Chicago thing. I think growing up I thought it was everyone had that.
Yeah. I thought
But
everybody did that too.
yeah, I'm somewhat recent, not recently, but at
I
some
think
point in
you
my life I was like, oh, this is a Chicago thing, I guess.
I think you guys just claimed it. You just claimed it first.
Could be. That
It's
could be.
really everybody's been doing it, but it's kind of like America, right? We
That's
didn't
America.
actually,
That's such a wild comparison.
we didn't. We're not from. We claimed it though. It's ours.
Amen, brother.
What a wild comparison. I was as soon as I heard it's like America, I knew where you were going with that.
Oh shit.
Oh,
But yeah, man, the popcorn. Popcorn's good.
Oh, yeah,
Pizza's
that's
good. Dogs are good.
so. Uh, this isn't one of our questions or nothing like that, but so obviously, you know, we're at like 155 episodes deep at this point. We've had a lot of guests from Chicago.
Nice.
Are you the tavern style pizza person then? Or do you fuck with the touristy deep dish? What are you doing?
Well, growing up, deep dish was more of like a special occasion pizza, I would
Right.
say.
Sure.
Uh, flatbread is always where it's at. Like yeah. There was this place in Mundelein that's our that's where we grew up. It was called Kaiser's Pizza, which renamed to Hits Pizza later. And it was just this super thin,
Yeah.
super greasy. You could eat as much of it as you want without getting sick. It was so, so good. And that was
That,
just like that's the go-to. That's still the go-to. If we get pizza, we'll
ooh.
probably get it from Hits.
that's always been like the only issue I have with thin crust pizza is like it's fucking great. Like the popular pizza places we have up here in Duluth are thin crust. We have
Hmm.
Due North and Sammy's Pizza, and they're fucking delicious. But I feel like I can just eat forever and I don't get full. Like somehow,
Yeah.
thin
Yeah.
crust, you just never get full, and I want that full feeling.
It doesn't hit you until like later that night. And you're
Yeah,
like,
then you feel
okay, I
awful.
really did like eat a whole pizza today, just sluggish as hell, feeling sick. But yeah, in the moment, it's like you can eat as many as those as you want because it's so thin. It's so thin you can
Right.
just keep down in it. But yeah, I mean, Lou Malnati's is great. That's my go-to deep dish. Uh, they get the cheese from Wisconsin.
Sure.
It's
It's a good place to
yeah,
get cheese.
yeah, it's fantastic.
I think I've only had Giordano's, and that's like super
Yeah,
touristy.
Giordano's is pretty good. I mean, it's just like, I think it's just fine.
Yeah.
Deep dish in general. It's a lot of like tomato, and
Yes.
I'm one of those people I like all tomato products, but I don't like just eating tomato.
Same.
It's like it's like a rotten fruit kind of deal,
Well, it doesn't taste the same. It has not even close to the same taste.
Exactly,
There's
yeah.
like salt, there's sugar and shit, and like all tomato products.
Hmm.
It doesn't taste like a tomato.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm leaving them at the bottom of the bowl in a salad.
Oh yeah, flip those things out. Like if I'm at a restaurant, I'm just flip them onto other people's tables.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is just something we're obligated to ask. We had one person from Chicago absolutely livid about this. Ketchup on hot dogs, yes, no.
Oh,
But he's a
to
city
me,
city folk.
yeah, to me it's like if you do that, it's kind of childish. It's kind of like it's like a 5-year-old vibe, like, oh, I just want ketchup on my hot dog. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I think I hit a certain point, like maturing in life, when I was
He
like,
was
okay,
like,
this
I
is the
I turned
Chicago style.
6.
Yeah. At some point in my life, I was like, okay, I'll try the Chicago style. I'll move on from just ketchup on my hot dog. I'll try the Chicago style with all the different toppings and everything, mustard, relish, whatever, all of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I get it. There's something here that's beautiful,
Well, and
and ketchup has no place for it.
I love that you were just very gently like ripping on people. Like not like you were gently, but at the same time like flipping them off for ketchup stuff. And I love this because I recently learned within the last couple podcasts that Gibby eats his hot dog like a little baby,
Yeah,
like a
ketchup
little
here.
5-year-old boy.
Only ketchup on my hot dogs.
Well, look, man, I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's how I see it in my
No,
No,
brain.
no,
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 I
no.
don't,
no.
It's
I don't.
cool. It's cool. You're cultured. He's swine. It's cool.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
no, no. I didn't know we were turning this into get roasted or get posted, but here we are.
Look, I understand the appeal. I did it as a kid for a long time, and I loved it.
No,
But
it was just really funny because I remember like in that episode, I was just going hard into how much I like stuff on my stuff. Like
Mhm.
I just love I'm just watching Gibby's face. He's like, ah.
yeah, because
And I'm
both of
like,
him and the guests were like, "Yeah, that's the way to do it." I'm like,
that's the way. And he's like, I don't like anything.
I was like, I'm a ketchup boy. Just put ketchup. I'm good.
So stuff on your stuff. What do you mean by that? What else would be in
Well,
that
well,
vein?
like with hot dogs. Okay, so what I was telling him is like if I'm going to go to a restaurant, right? If I'm going to pay for a hot dog, I'm not going to pay for a hot dog that just has ketchup on it. I could buy a fucking pack of those
Yeah.
for half the price of this one hot dog and
Mhm.
do that at home. If I'm going for a hot dog, I want it to have shit all over it. I want it to be messy, Same thing with like a burger, like a cheeseburger, like any kind of burger. I want it to be fucking full of shit and messy.
See, that's where I would disagree with burgers. I think a burger should be able to stand on its own 2 feet, Like if it should just be bun, patty, cheese if you want, and it should be good enough just that.
I agree, but not if I'm paying for it. If I'm paying for it, I want shit on my shit.
I feel like this is also a conversation we had recently too, because yesterday, no, sorry, Monday, we had a guest from Texas that I was like, okay, In and Out or Whataburger.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep, that's what we were talking about. And it's kind of like,
In and out.
but so here's, and maybe you'll agree. The thing is what do you get at In and Out?
You do the animal style double double, of
Double,
course,
double animal
and
style,
Right.
animal style
right?
fries. Yeah,
Right. But
shit on your shit.
would you go to In and Out for just a cheeseburger and fries?
Yeah. So
No animal style?
I messed up the first time I went. I didn't even know animal style was a thing, and I just got the normal double cheeseburger
Yeah. And it's
on it.
fine.
And I was
It's
like,
fine.
I don't understand the hype at
Yeah.
all. This is just like a pretty whatever burger. Um,
Yeah.
then I went back and somebody corrected me on it, and I loved it. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's just like really good fast food.
Right. But
This is
only
like,
animal style. And that's kind of what I was saying. Because if I also went to Whataburger, I wouldn't just get a cheeseburger. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would get like whatever their holy shit burgers is. Whatever that
Sure.
is that's what I want to get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get it.
Yeah, I don't go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger. I get a Big Mac.
Mm. I'll go Big Mac or I'll get a McDouble sometimes.
I mean, I'll get a McDouble sometimes too.
McDouble, maybe add mac sauce to it.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I get 2 double cheeseburgers, specifically double cheeseburgers, not McDoubles.
because
because
the
it
double cheeseburger is two slices of cheese, right?
Yes.
yeah.
There you go.
And then I get a McChicken and I just or a hot and spicy if I'm in Texas, which I am right
But
now. So
that's the McGangbang, right?
yep, the
Yep.
McGangbang.
There you
Mm-hmm.
go.
That's
Classic.
me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna bring this back to a thing I discovered.
Wrangle us back.
To a thing I discovered while when I like opened it up. I was like, oh, we didn't finish putting questions in this. And I started Googling about some Chicago food. So in this Googling, I found rainbow ice cream. And apparently it's a Chicago thing. But I
Really?
look at it, it just looks like sherbet to me.
I think rainbow ice cream is that's the flavor I always kind of just pass over. I'm like I don't really
Well,
mess with
that
it. Never been interested in it even.
rainbow ice cream or sherbet is that's shit for when you're sick, man. that's that's
I
what
mean, I like orange sherbet. Like just orange sherbet. I think that's good. I think can't go wrong there.
I feel like
When you're sick, what do you mean?
the that's it when okay, so up north here, first off, we get sick all the time. I know you're north, but we're north, okay?
North
I'm
north.
I'm 8 hours more north.
Mm-hmm.
Um and so things we do when we're sick, right? You eat toast because you can't eat, you can't get a lot in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of like chicken noodle soup or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Um Also, it's cinnamon toast. Cinnamon toast
Okay.
is what makes sherbet ice cream and 7 Up or ginger
Hmm.
ale.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
ginger ale's good for when you're sick.
Yeah. But if you got a sore throat, sherbet. Not ice cream because that'll gunk it up, but sherbet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. You got the 'cause sherbet's not dairy, right?
Yeah, it's non-dairy.
Yeah, but like I pulled up a picture of it. It's the original Rainbow Cone, Chicago's favorite ice cream. And it
Hmm.
looks like it's just a sherbet, but like in cones.
Huh.
In like a cone shaped thing.
Yeah, I can't relate. I'm a cookie dough guy myself, you know.
Oh,
I'll do vanilla with cookie
same.
dough. That's my go-to.
Dude. I speaking of ice cream, right, guys? I rarely go to Dairy Queen, but I went to Dairy Queen yesterday and they had a Reese's Pieces cookie
Mm.
dough ice cream,
That's so
Mm.
good.
and that was good. It
Yeah, I love it.
was tasty. Set my heart aflutter.
Mm.
Um, all the calories. Okay. Our last food for thought question. If good hangs was a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
That is an interesting question.
Yeah.
More
Uh,
hard hitting journalism here.
Hmm.
hmm. I'm trying to think of all the potato types. I mean, there's mashed, uh, baked,
So many different options.
um, yeah, I guess I would say like cheesy mashed.
Cheesy
Ooh.
mashed.
You know,
Okay.
cheesy
Cheesy mashed
mashed
potatoes. I
Because
could
you're a
see
little
that.
cheesy.
because we're cheesy. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And we're just a feel good, kind of buddy kind of band, you know. Uh, if I had to relate it to a potato, I guess that's all I could really think of.
Some cheesy mash.
Easy mashed. Why not?
I one reason I love this question is because you get different answers. Like we've had sweet potatoes, we've had waffle fries. The first time I asked Pat, he was like a couch potato.
Mm, that's good.
We've had
Yeah.
russet potatoes. We've
Multiple
had
times. Multiple times for russet potatoes.
What even is that?
It's just a brown potato.
it's just like the it's like when you think of a potato, it's probably a russet potato.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's what you make a baked potato out of.
Nice. There you go. That's a pretty standard potato.
Standard. The good old standby.
There you go.
Yeah. It's good. It's good because everybody's mind goes in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. With that, it's now time for rapid fire questions.
Ooh, let's go.
You're just going to speak from the heart. You're going to shoot from the hip.
I'm ready.
Whatever's first thing that pops in your mind, go for it. You're just going to speak from the heart. You're going to shoot from the hip.
I'm ready.
Whatever's first thing that pops in your mind, go for it.
All right. Ready.
Monster Energy or Rockstar?
Monster.
Pop punk or emo?
Emo.
Taylor Swift or John Mayer?
Oh. I guess John Mayer.
Okay.
He said, "Oh,
Ah!
I mean, they're both, obscenely talented and great, but yeah, this is rapid fire. We can keep going.
Okay. Skinny jeans or baggy pants?
Oh, I'm a zillennial. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not Gen Z, really. I'm not really millennial. I'd have to probably lean towards skinny.
Right on. You've done both. You've dabbled in both.
Yeah, a little bit. I think the really baggy is a little too much for me. Like that.
Oh,
like the
Great
Jinkos."
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
being a millennial, I have lived in some of the baggiest pants you can fucking live in, and I've lived in both worlds. I've lived in my generation literally went from giant baggy pants to skinny jeans. Oh wait, boys don't have skinny jeans yet. Okay, let's go get girl pants.
Yep,
Like,
exactly.
we literally went from that spectrum immediately into the tightest spectrum we could.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great. Disney Plus or Netflix?
Disney Plus.
Stuffed crust or deep dish pizza?
Stuffed crust, baby.
Yeah, so good.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, honestly, Pizza Hut stuffed crust
It's the best.
is the most superior stuffed crust, I
The
feel.
bomb. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Vans or Chuck Taylors?
Chuck Taylor's.
All right. This is the last question. The All American Rejects or the Offspring?
All American Rejects.
There you go. You
There you
did it.
go. Move along, move along.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing. We're moving along.
Yeah, exactly. Dirty little secret. Yeah, can't go wrong, man.
It's good shit. All right, well,
Yeah.
Dom, you did it. You finished the podcast. Now's your chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Yeah,
Plug
absolutely.
it up.
Let's see. We're on all social medias. We're on X and Instagram and TikTok, all under Good Hangs Band, at Good Hangs Band. You can buy our merch at our merch website. That's goodhangs.store. You can, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm blanking. I'm actually curious if it's goodhangs.band or goodhangs.store. It's goodhangs.store. We're good.
Okay.
Goodhangs.store. Yeah, listen to us on Spotify, all the streaming platforms, and check out our new song. It's coming out on Friday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen to it. It's gonna be good. What
Thanks,
if it's not? But what if it's not good, guys?
If it's not good, you gotta delete Spotify. Get up.
Oh,
Just
easy.
if it's not good, just get rid of everything. You're done.
Just get rid of all your streaming services. Stop listening to music. Yeah.
You're done. You're done with music. It's over. It was a good run while you did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Dom, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. It was great.
It was so fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Well, guys, everyone listening, thanks so much. And this has been another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? And we'll see you on Monday. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you to those who already are. Please rate and review the show to help the show be found by new people. And if you're in the position to help us grow, head on over to our website where you can find merch, our Patreon, and other ways that you can help at www.unsignedpoppunk.com. Let us know in the comments who else you'd like to see on the show and what other content you would like to see. Thank you so much for spending your time with us.